All right. All right. I guess I gotta do this again. Oh boy. Another week, another disappointing week. What can you do? What can you do? I'm not so sure. It's unfortunate that we are at this point, but we are at this point. It's difficult dealing with 18 to 23-year-olds. It's just difficult. I mean, if you really look at it, Justin Rowland said something, I think during the game, that we had the same stretch in 2021. We lost 3 games in a row. Yeah, it's frustrating. I know it's more frustrating for some of y'all because it's Tennessee, and it'll be nice for y'all to admit that. And the vitriol that's been spewed is crazy because it's Tennessee. Glad to hear the breakdowns. Maybe you'll put in an app for their D position because we see, Jonathan. That's the man. It is hard for me to answer that, and here's why. I have always been since I can remember, that this football is on the players. And one reason is because I've been coached by some great coaches. Fortunately, I've been fortunate. I know some players who were not coached by great coaches, but I was fortunate to be brought up in the game the right way from day one. My Little League coaches could have coached college, honestly, but they wanted to help the community in the neighborhood. They were all college level players, and they could have easily went another route. Definitely could have coached high school, and for sure, some of them could have coached college, but they stuck to the community. And I'm realizing the older and older I get, how much that has influenced me as a player. It definitely my personality, but then having those guys feed into my personality helped. And now as a coach, I know that I'm telling players such and such. And this is just high school. and they don't do what I say or what I have coached. Now, I will say this: one of the positive things for me in this endeavor of coaching is that I like the fact that when my players make a mistake, they come up to me and say, "Coach, that's my bad. I know what I was supposed to do. I just didn't do it." And I'm glad I have that communication, that level of communication. My players feel comfortable coming up to me. The majority of them, most of them, some of them still want to make excuses, but some of them the majority of them will come up to me, "Coach, I know I was supposed to stay outside, but I bit and I tried to do something I wasn't supposed to, and that's my bad." And I love that dialogue because that's what I'm trying to instill in them, is to not be on the BCD angle and blaming, complaining, and defending. I don't want any blame on somebody else. I don't want you complaining about your teammate didn't do something, and I don't want you coming to me in a defensive state like, "Well, I don't know. I shouldn't." No, just tell me what you see, and we can go from there. I mean, I had a player do that. He's supposed to keep contained. He said, "Coach, it was a screen play. It's like, Coach, I thought I can get there and I didn't, and I know I took the bad angle, and they got a first down." Okay, understand them. Sometimes I want my players to be players. Then I had a guy say, "Coach, we was in cover 3. He's supposed to stay in the curl, then go to the flat." Like, "Coach, I really thought he was throwing to the flat." And the guy did hitch. And luckily, like I tell my other guys, is you have to be comfortable with your guys and know what he does. We had an inside linebacker do a good job and cover his ass and made a good tackle on the slant. So it's, to me, man, on this level, the majority of these coaches in college know how to coach. I shouldn't say that Colin hasn't had ample time to build his resume. Your thoughts on our guys coaching those guys? Look, this is what I'm going to say from what I see on Saturdays. It's not a coaching deal. And this is why it's not a coaching deal for me. It's because I've seen them do things the right way. So if you can do things the right way on 80% of your plays, you should be able to do the right thing on 90 to 95% of the plays. And here's the tough part about being a corner. And I say this on the locker with Anthony White Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've said this many times. Playing corner is a very tough position. Here's why. I think in this game, Tennessee has 60 semi plays. And let's say me as a corner, I play 63 of the plays to perfection. And then I give up 2 touchdowns on the 64th and 65th play. Fans at that position don't give a damn about the 63 plays where I just controlled the receiver. He couldn't get nothing. Then I had 2 plays where either I made a mistake or the guy just out-athlete me. And that's all fans remember, because for us, it's obvious when we make a mistake. It's obvious. And that's the bad part about being in the secondary. Because as I say here on the locker, we are the fuck-up eliminators. And we can't be a member of the fuck-up crew because we are supposed to be eliminating fuck-ups. So if we are the eliminators, it's easier to see when we don't eliminate them. And that's the point. I don't see anything wrong with Collins. I'm gonna say I'm disappointed in a couple players, and I'm gonna say I don't know. But if they're not playing, obviously to me that means that the coaches don't trust them, and you can't hide that. And that trust can be off the field too. It doesn't necessarily have to be in between that 120 yard by 53 and a third yard rectangle. It can be in the classroom. It can be things outside of the Joe Craft Center. If I, as a coach, don't trust you, you probably won't play. Um, so I don't see any issues with the coaching. Um, like some other positions where I see things that I don't like. I mean there's one thing I don't like, but this is not just a Coach Collins deal. This is widespread, and many coaches are teaching it this way. I don't like how the way the majority of teams on both levels defend the nine route. I don't like it. Now, that's just me. I was taught a certain way, and I believe in the way I was taught. I changed, but that's one technique that I don't see the benefit of playing it the way that Coach Collins and other big time cornerback coaches are teaching it. I just don't agree with it, and that's fine. It gets the job done sometimes. I've seen people get picks off of it, but for me, I would rather turn the other way and get hip to hip with the receiver and push him out of bounds. Because if you do it the way that a lot of guys are teaching it, it allows in my opinion, allows the wide receiver to push off. Because as a side judge, back judge, whatever, field judge, whatever you want to call them, whichever side of the field you're on, once contact is made and they deem that both guys are hand fighting, they're not going to call it. I mean, you just saw the D-Hop pass today from Will Levis' first touchdown. They're going to allow that to happen when the defensive back initiates the contact. So they're going to allow the hand fight. It's like the Missouri game with Andrew Phillips. They're going to allow the hand contact, the hand fighting. And unless the receiver starts with arms bent and then extends his arms, that's the only time you're really going to get a call. It's got to be an extension. If your arms are already, unbent, and then you just put your pressure on them, they're not going to call it. Even though you can deem it as a offensive PI, with his arms extended because y'all are hand fighting, they're not going to call it. Because if they were, they'll call on the defensive back first. So, on that angle. So as I was talking about players, like for me, is you can blame, and this is the blame game deal. I know people want to blame someone. And Brad White is the one you can blame because, as people will say, well, he hasn't played well against Tennessee. All right, man. That means it becomes a Tennessee deal. And then I heard his scheme. If it's scheme, last year, Heaton Hooker did that on everybody. He did it on 4-3s. He did it on 3-4s. He did it on man-to-man. He did on whatever he wants to do it on. The scheme isn't the deal. It's the players within the scheme being able to execute. And it's really just that simple. It's the execution of the plays, the execution of the scheme. Because I would say this, they played better this year than they played last year. Brad White was the same coach that coached. Now, I guess it's because of Heupel. Now I heard it's the Heupel deal. It's not the Heupel deal. It's his ability to spread you out horizontally, but it's incumbent on the players to be able to execute and win their battles. And our defense did not execute. Not even close. For Tennessee to have 250-some yards on us rushing is something I would have never fathomed. And as I've said, I said it, I don't know if I said it, whenever. I said it on Sunday morning, I think. Sunday Morning Sports Talk. I was on that this morning. Here's the deal about team sports, and I'm gonna just talk about defense right now because I've talked about offense before. Um, the blame game again. So if the run game of the opponent is going, it's because the defensive linemen suck. When a passing game, when the team's able to pass on us, then it's because the secondary sucks. That's not how it works, y'all. It's just not. It is a complete team effort. Effort, bro. I seen a couple guys just haven't given effort 11 hats to the ball. I don't know if you've seen a 4-and-1 where they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. For sure. That's what I'm saying. It's everybody. Trevin Wallace didn't have his best game. I don't know if that shoulder still bothered him. D-Jack didn't have his best game. The safeties didn't have their best game. We didn't tackle. We tackled worth shit. It's everyone. It's just like in the passing game when everybody's passing underneath in the underneath zones. That's linebackers zones. Those are typically not secondary zones. The secondary zones are usually the outside two underneath zones and the over the top. Here's should I do that? Let me see, y'all. Let me see if I can do this. I got a new laptop. I'm not sure how I can do the whiteboard. Let me search whiteboard, and as I'm talking, I will. There's a 3-4, Clay, actually. So the 3-4 is actually a real good defense for that kind of stuff. Let me see. It's coming up. Let's see if this will work out. It's really good for it. And it's hard. I don't want no template. So let me see if I can draw this, y'all. Where's the undo? I should have an undo here. Oh, there it is. So let's just say running back here and here. So if you run a 3-4, you know what? Ain't nobody doing it. This is Tennessee. So let's do what Tennessee did. So that's more relevant. So you're gonna have a 4-eye, and you have two backers. All right. And you're gonna have a safety, you're gonna have a corner, you're probably gonna have, then you have one of your linebackers here. Let's call it B. You got another linebacker here. You have a corner, right? You got a safety. Oh, excuse me. So let's just say we're in two high safeties, okay? So right now, in theory, depending on which backer, you can get a 6-man box. What's up, Clay? Our defense has given up. I'm gonna say this: the Georgia game was all on us. That Georgia game, they fucking just handed it to us. And as I tell my guys, you gotta do your job. So there's no excuse. That Missouri game, remember, it was 21-28. It was 21-20 going to the fourth quarter. Then some shit happened with short fields, bad punts, that got that to 30. Same thing happened in this game. I mean, you're not going to hold too many teams under 20 points. But in this game, the going for fourth downs, the missed field goal, that put us in bad situations. And that gave them easier opportunities to get points. I mean, if you think about it, they scored 3 touchdowns. One on a big run, one on a big pass, and then another run somewhere in there. Then they got field goals. Ooh, this is not showing well on the. I just looked at the screen. This is not showing well. All right, because I got to bring everything down a little bit. How do I clear my screen? Because you don't see the safeties. All right, so let's go ball here. I wish I had a pen. Zero technique. You got 4-eye, backer. Backer should split the difference. Corner. This is just real basic. Okay, so now y'all see all that. All right. So that's a 3-4, right? So in theory, you have 5 men in a box, and hopefully you can get a safety to come down or both safeties to help. And depending on the width, if this is into the boundary, then this linebacker is closer to the box. Okay, so you almost, in theory, you have 6 men in the box with a possible, usually this guy in the 7, because if it's in the boundary, this side is closer to everybody else. This linebacker is the one that's not going to get there. He's going to be extended too far away. All right, so that's in a see if I can get this. That's it in a that's in a 4-3 what we run. I mean a 3-4 is what we run. So let's say it was a 4-3. So typical, you'll get a tackle in a 1, you get a tackle in a 3, and you're probably gonna get a tackle in a 5. Right? You're going to get an N in the 5, and then an N here, right? Then you're going to have one linebacker, you're going to have a Mike. Now, this is where it gets interesting here, because now you only have 3 linebackers. Now, whatever side you call weak and strong, you're going to have a Will detached, you're going to have a Sam detached, then you're going to have your corner and your safeties, right? So now what's the real difference between that? There's really no difference. The only difference is, if you want to say, is you get a little more beef here, right? But in the 3-4, you get 2 more athletic linebackers there. So that's the difference. You still got to have a 5-man box, and you hoping one of these guys probably, if this is into the boundary, this guy's going to help to make it 6. And then, like I said, you still got your safeties. There's not that much difference, y'all, between the 3-4 and the 4-3. There's just not. Now, you can go a 3-3 stack. Now, still, though, it really doesn't matter. The issue with defending Tennessee is the splits of these 2 guys. Somebody's got to come out and expand away from the box. That's how they get you. So now, in theory, that's 5 on 5. Right? With a hope of this 6th guy. So now, everybody's got to take care of their gaps. It doesn't matter if you play 4-3-3-4 or 3-3 or 3-5, it doesn't matter, because someone is going to have to account for those 2 guys. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Now, I will say, in theory, that maybe the 4-3 can help a little bit against the run. But there's also issues with this, because you can get somebody to this linebacker. You can either combo here and get there, or you can combo here and he reach and get there. There's someone who's going to get to that linebacker. Here's the thing. You only got one. And if you get here and he gets past him, now you're in trouble. So, for me, scheme doesn't matter. Now, what matters is whom you got running the scheme. And I know people are upset. Some people are getting upset for pass rushing. Like I said to somebody today, when they get punished more for doubling Deion. And which one, Clay? In the 4-3? If that's what you're asking, I'll try to pull it up again. If you're saying a 4-3, what are you gonna play Deion as? You're gonna play Deion as the 1, you're gonna play him as the 3. I would probably play Deion as the 3. So I would play, what's Silver's number? 9. I'll play him there, 0 there. Now here's the thing. I don't know who I guess you'll play 13 here and 8 here, maybe. All right, maybe that's what you do. Would he get punished more for them? Why would they get punished more for doubling Deion? I don't know why they would get punished more. Because here's the thing about the whole gap scheme is in theory easier to reach combo and reach and seal because they're in a gap. When they're in a 4-eye, it's kind of harder. So it's easier to punch him, scoop there, and get to the linebacker. Here, you can double if you want, or you can double Deion and just have him scoop and get to the linebacker. Either or. I'm not sure if it's easier, if there's more punishment for doubling. I don't see it. Because if I'm running, because what happens, right? If I'm running zone read, I'm leaving one of these two guys unblocked anyway, because I'm reading one of them. What are all the techniques for the D-line? Now, Phil, I don't know if they're two gapping or not. I would say they're probably two gapping for all 3-4 because that's typically what you would do. You have backer. He's gonna play both A's. He's B, and they are in theory contained, depending on what these other backers are doing. Right? With them being so extended, you gotta kind of contain. That's how I would probably see it. That nose gonna handle both A's. We got B, we got contain, and see where it goes. That's why I've been saying for so long how important this guy is. He is everything in a 3-4. If they don't have to, if he can't hold the fort and required a double team, see when they double team there, now they only have 3 to block 4. They got 1, 2, 3 to block 1, 2, 3, 4. That's when it gets hard. If they can just post and get to linebacker, and this guy can't make a play, that's when it gets harder on the 3-4 because they're gonna get to the linebacker. That's why you see, like back in the day, the Patriots, all the big teams, the Baltimore with Saragusa, they had a big guy here that required a double team. Teams can't do shit with him double team. Because now one of these linebackers is going to be free flowing, and you're going to have one-on-ones here. And now somebody's got to eat. Just felt like anytime they ran the ball, Weaver Way had no shot getting to the ball because they had responsibility on the receiver who was based on the sideline. And the point true. Right. And that's why it's hard. But like I said earlier, and this is the hard part about it, if this guy's a dude, one of these linebackers is going to be able to eat. And they didn't play well. And then the safety coming down didn't play well. So that's basically what really happened. And I like this year, we were not as discombobulated as we have been in the past as far as their tempo. We were pretty much ready the majority of the time. Were there instances where we were scrambling? Sure. That happens to everybody. But for the most part, we were where we were supposed to do. I don't know, Stephen, what's predictable as a defense? See, here's what I want people to understand is, remember this, the offense has all the advantages. They're calling a play. You are reacting to their play. On offense, their playbook is plentiful. On defense, it's like a slam dunk. There's only a certain amount of things you can do. The offense can dress it up with formation. They can dress it up with motion. They can do all kinds of things to affect the defense. I don't know what predictable. How many coverages can you run? There's only in theory, can you run combo coverages? Sure. Oh, Lake Dog, I'm sorry, man. I need to put those cut-ups for you. Lake Dog, I just saw you. I need to put the cut-ups. What's your thoughts on why we can't get pressure with 4? See, when you watch this game, we got pressure with 4. Most teams can't get pressure with 4. See, that's the whole, if you can get pressure with, here's the deal. If you can get pressure with 4 consistently, right? You can completely guard almost every zone on the back half. There's 9 zones. You got 7 guys to guard 9. You can pretty much, if everybody executes well, you can pretty much stymie a passing game because you got 7 guys in the zone. And in college, because of the boundary, you in theory almost defending 8 of 9 because the curl flat and the boundary is almost right next to each other. So in theory, if you can rush 4 and get pressure consistently, it's going to be hard on offense to find open holes because you couldn't pressure on them. So the quarterback and the receivers don't have time to find the voids. If you put pressure, typically you put pressure on, you got to bring 5. That's typically. You're gonna vacate one of your extra zones. So you're gonna have 6 guys guarding 9 zones in theory. So I think we do a decent job when we bring 4. Now the thing is, the guys who you want to bring pressure are not the ones bringing pressure. That's the guys who are getting the most pressure is Deion Walker and Ox, and not J.J. Weaver. So you're not getting that outside pressure. You're getting more up the middle pressure. We've played 3 games against Hyper. We've made them punt 5 times. Okay. Go Lake Dog. What if he done the other teams? I will say this. I don't know how they did better this year against Bama in the second half. But for 6 quarters, and I don't know what they did the game prior, but I know last year, shit, how many times did they punt against Bama when they scored 50 plus points? And this year, before the second half, I'm not sure they punted in the second half. That's not our thing. I would say this: if we just look at this game, and here's the thing, and this is what I say all the, what if we can't be Heupel, but we can consistently win 10 games? Are y'all happy with that? See, some people say no because you want to beat Tennessee. I get it. But then that's become just a Tennessee thing. In this game, they scored 3 touchdowns. And one was a long pass and one was a long run. We held them to field goals. Well, they had, 4 field goals? Because everybody can't run it, Lake Dog. Comparison is the thief of joy. Everybody can't run it. That's why you have to have the personnel to run it, and you have to have a coach who's good at running it. There's a few. It's just like the air raid. How successful has the air raid been? You got a couple coaches who run it to perfection. Then there's other ones that you got to have a guy who knows how to call a game, and you got to have the players. Here's the thing about Josh Heupel that's underappreciated, and this is why I thought offensively we did so much better this year than in the past. Josh Heupel would run the damn ball. He would run the ball. And to me, what helped us in this game offensively, and many people will be like, oh, we shouldn't have done this, is we stayed committed to the run. So then we didn't allow Tennessee to just pin their ears back and rush, because this is the best pass rushing team in the conference. They only had 1 sack because we ran the ball. They had to respect the possibility of us running. We were not successful, we were not as efficient as we have been to run, but the threat of the run kept Tennessee honest. That's why Devin Leary was pretty much, if you saying we didn't get any pressure, Devin Leary had time. And that's because both teams were committed to the run. One team was way more successful than the other one, but the commitment to the run was huge for our offense. Because we could have because people say, well, why didn't we just run? Why didn't we just pass? Because if that's the case, then they'll start pitting, and then it would got pass rush on us. Tennessee, honest, you're joking. What? I'm confused, John. What's that Tennessee question mark? Honest, you're joking. I'm confused. This is not X. This is not Twitter, John. You can type out a thesis so I can understand what you're saying. Other thing, I saw this today. Oh, I don't know. I'll get into all that stuff. I pulled up something today. I guess I'm the slow one on that one. I'm sorry, John. I pulled up something today. Let's see if you know what's crazy. So this is the Tennessee-Florida rivalry, right? And I'm not going back to the 30s or 16s. I'm going to go back to the 70s, 1970, right? There's a lot of damn blue in there. Think about that. That's a lot of damn blue in there. And there were some damn good Tennessee teams in the 90s. Definitely 90 when I played. You had Heath Shuler. You had Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning never beat Florida. Think about that for a second. Look at all this blue. You got since 1993, Tennessee won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That's crazy. Is not an excuse. Sometimes, man, the team has your number. I did not expect Florida to have this much of an advantage on Tennessee with the teams that they had in this range. That's crazy. So sometimes team has you. And this is us, right? And the crazy thing I hear is like, well, Coach Stoops came. Well, shit, who has beat him? Coach Stoops has beat him twice. I think Corey Price said it's only a couple coaches that's beat him twice. Check this shit out. There's not a lot of blue. Now I'm going to that's before those, but we can go. Let's go to here. Let's go to this next bracket. Let's go from the 66. All right, from 66 until now, we have won 7 times. So if you think Hypo has our number, there's a lot of motherfucking coaches that have had our number. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes shit is just weird. Because, like, this 2018 team, like, the crazy part about it, just check this out. Now, all these other games, Kentucky's not ranked, right? But in the Stoops era, we lost in 2018. We lost in 2021. And we lost last year. And we were ranked. Sometimes it is what it is, fellas. But losing Square hurts way more than we were supposed to be. The very least, just seems like the young guys don't have. Peyton, yes, the Square, I've said this many times, Square's my favorite player in the Stoops era. This is what I'm gonna say, and I just thought about this now. Sometimes, and now I'm gonna get preachy. Just let you know, my great grandfather was a preacher. My dad is a deacon, all this stuff. So, I was raised in the church. I firmly believe that you're put on this earth for a reason. Some of us don't find out what that reason is. Some of us are fortunate too. I think J.J. Weaver's purpose is bigger than football. J.J. Weaver, with the added finger, with the passing of his father, unfortunately, and him getting certain things into the program for grieving players, that is what his purpose is, in my opinion. And I think we need to applaud him for that. On the playing field, he has not reached y'all's expectations. I totally get that. I don't think it's not because he's not trying. I think there's also a lot of things going on in his life that might have put things in perspective or might have kind of affected his play. He got hurt. The injuries didn't help. Then the off the field unfortunate situations. That guy has dealt with a lot of shit. And I'm just saying this now, not saying Peyton, you're no shot. I just want to get this out that guy has done a lot for the program outside of football. And his legacy is going to live on so much longer because of what he has done to create things for future teammates that wasn't available before he had his situation. So sometimes, man, it's just bigger than football. Vandy beat them 4 out of 6. Vandy beat Tennessee 4 out of 6, Lake Dog? Is that true? 4 out of 6. If that's true, I don't. Huh. It's man, football's a weird sport. I mean, look at this game. Football's weird, man. We haven't done shit in the passing game for the majority of this year. Then we just have our best game. And when we have our best game in the pass game, the defense don't show up. Isn't that weird? That's why, just telling y'all, I've been through it. What were we? We were 1-6 my senior year. 1-6. Lost some close games. Coach Kerr gets fired. And lo and behold, we win 3 games in a row. One of those games was Georgia. What's the fucking chances of that? The other game was we beat Vandy for the first time in my career. Who else we beat? We won 3. That was I can't remember. We won another game. It might have been South Carolina, it might have been Mississippi State. I can't remember. So we won 3 games in a row. We end up losing to Tennessee, 4-7. So why I say that is that we don't know what's going to happen these next 3 games. I would say one thing, the offense got something going for the Missouri game, and it kept going. Maybe we start rattling off crazy games. Kind of like what we did when Will Levis first year. Oh, you might be right, James. Lake Dog. James Franklin did have some going there. Man, your grandpa be whooping your great grandfather, not my grandfather. Great grandfather. Oh, all right, man. We talked enough. Oh, here's last thing. I kind of said it earlier, but I had a tweet out, and sometimes I just today. If anybody's watching, normally I engage, interact. I didn't this day because I needed to protect my energy because I would have went on rant, and I didn't want to do that. John, you say I think I caused a fumble at Tennessee loss, the one where Billy Jack had the. Did you, John? Clay, no. Clay, no. For me, he didn't look better because the guys were still releasing the same way. There are some things that need to be cleaned up, but yes, that was just like I've said weeks before. If we catch the ball, the perception of Devin Leary is totally different. And when they caught balls, the perception of Devin Leary was much different. And as you say that, I tweeted this, and it's kind of interesting, right? When all that shit was going on with the offense, catching the ball, missing layups, missing blocking assignments, blah, blah, blah. No one blamed. No one. I shouldn't say no one. The majority of people did not blame Liam. And they were right. But these last 3 games, and really it's 2, really 1, but I give you a half. When the defense doesn't play well, it's on Brad White. When the cornerback slips or fall, he's already beat. When we miss tackles, when we blow assignments, it's Brad White and his scheme. And that is interesting. That is not on the players. Then people say, well, maybe Tennessee players are better than our players. Maybe Georgia players, y'all more receptive to Georgia players being better than us, but less receptive to Tennessee players being better than us. The reason why We have been beating Louisville the last few years because our players were better. It's really that simple. They didn't have anybody on the offensive defensive line that can handle us in the trenches. That's why we beat them the last few years by a crazy amount of points. Great players make average coaches look great. Average players make great coaches look average. And that's the real deal. Coaches don't forget how to coach. Sometimes it's harder coaching certain players because they don't have the talent. John, look, I've been saying this for forever. And it's a fucking hour in. I've been saying this for forever. If we play in the ACC or the Conference USA, we will be further along as a program than we are now. I wholeheartedly believe that. In this conference, I don't think people really understand. If I went, I don't know how many times, I'm not going to do it now, but we have been recruiting our ass off to a level that's never been accomplished in this program. We are still in the bottom third of recruiting in the conference. We still in the bottom third. I don't know how many times we have finished in the top half. So here's what is hard to do, y'all. I don't know if we're gonna watch much film or we're gonna keep talking. Lake Dog says it's mind blowing. We can look so good against Florida and look so bad against Tennessee, and Florida owns Tennessee. I just stated that. I just showed you the history. Some teams have your number, and it's unexplainable. They smack y'all down every week physically. I say building a program like you say, like building a house. Here's the thing about this: why people, I don't think people understand how hard it is to win 10 games, period. Most teams don't win 10 games. That's what people don't get is the majority of teams in college football don't win 10 games. But now, I'm not saying it's wrong because I thought we was going to win 10. I'm like 9 definitely, probably 10 could be a possibility. It's hard, man. In this conference, it's hard. And I don't think people understand how hard it is to take the next step. How long did it take us to get to 7 wins? It took us a long time. And how long did it take us to get above that? This is 11th year. Now people want it to go to 11 and 12 all the time. Dude, I understand the expectation. If Devin Leary if the offense was passing like they did today, we probably don't lose the Missouri game. We lose the Georgia game. But we probably don't lose the Missouri game. So we might be still sitting here, 6-2. I think Mark will fire Woody because look, there's a balance, man, with the assistant coaches. Because you need a balance of recruiters and a balance of teachers. And my thing is, if Woody is your receiver coach, you need to have a Rolodex of GAs that are true technicians at the receiver spot. Because Woody knows the offense. Like, it's no doubt he can tell the receivers where to go, what the quarterback is expecting. And this, he can tell you what's the expectation. Now, my question has always been, can he show you how to get there, though? Can he show you how to manipulate the corner or the linebacker to get you there? 11 in SEC and recruiting budget. That's not shocking. It's damn hard to just be as consistent as Penn State, and they haven't. Facts, Clay. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people understand how hard it was to reach where we are now, and then how much harder it's going to get to the next level. Do GAs get paid? Yes, I think they do. They definitely, it helps them with they are graduate assistants. So I think it helps with them getting their graduate school paid for. Yeah, I don't think they get paid in a pocket, but I think they help them with their getting their degree. So yeah, it's, man, to get to the next level is hard. It's hard. I don't think people understand the history of Georgia and Alabama. Fuck, even when I played against Georgia, Georgia went through some issues. I fucking beat Georgia with a Kentucky team. So Georgia has some lean years too. It happens. And I get it. I'm not gonna lie. I had us at fucking 9 or 10 wins. We can still get there. We just made it more difficult on ourselves. But we can still get there. With the way that offense, the passing game has churned up, Tennessee is the equivalent of playing a triple option team now, like one of the Naval Academies when they were really churning. Like Air Force now. It's an offense that you can only see once, and it's difficult to prepare for. Now, these next games are not going to be the same. Even Alabama. More traditional offense that might feed into us better. Same way how I think Lake Dawg said how we beat Florida, because the scheme fits more into us better. JD, I think Mizzou wins. I think Mizzou wins that game. And I don't want to say easily, but it's in Columbia. I honestly think Mizzou beats Tennessee. I think they can. Shit, JD, we just showed that we can pass against them. I'm not sure Tennessee can stop the passing game. And I think that Mizzou, can do a better job defensively than we did. I don't. There are some things secondary wise, I think they are a little better. Which I'm shocked I'm saying that. I wouldn't have said that when the season started. But they are a little bit better on the back end probably than us, which is still fucking, I said that twice, it's still fucking shocking me. So let's get into the film, y'all. All right. First play. I don't know, but Ray sometimes does stuff that I am confused about. Because his vision, to me, is wrong on this play. And I know he has free reign. For me, and I'm not right, but the cutback is probably where to go. See how all this blue is covering up that white and orange? I think that was the route. See that? Not saying he was going to score now. I think there's a better option backside. Now, I understand why Liam called this, because these jokers here like to put pressure. So he called a screen. It wasn't executed well, and number 20 sniffed it out. And we got the ball tip. So now here's the toughest part. Is when the ball is tipped, get your ass up the field and get as much as you can. All right? Doing that, no. Not every play is a home run play. All right? Ball gets tipped right there. So now you can see the ball tumbling in the air. All right? You just got to get upfield. Boy, this was close. Now, this is what I like to see. So now, the crazy part about it is to play before the play, right? To play before the play. If Barry Brown goes up the field right now, and let's say we get a 1-yard loss. This next play is a first down. Think about it. Instead of being 15, we are yards short. That's a first down. On this level, you can't run around. Guys are too damn good. Everybody on that field was their best player in high school. So you got to get what you can get. That's why I keep harping on IQ. And maybe, like I said in my cut up, maybe I am too hard on the IQ. I don't know. Like I said, I was fortunate to get coached by good coaches, and I don't get it. UK next. Oh, yeah, man. Hit them up. So, as I was saying earlier, right? I mean, it's kind of what I said. When you're in the boundary, you can get 6 in the box, right? Because this guy's going to be so displaced because of that split, right? So like I said, the only difference, if you put a 4-3, let's say this guy goes down, and then you have 4 and then these 2 guys. And that linebacker will be displaced. There's really no difference. All right. So what happened in here is linebacker play. So see, right now, no one is double teamed, right? So we're fine, right? So now the problem is linebackers gotta cut that, make that ball cut in. He cannot let it bounce. He just can't. It cannot bounce. It cannot get outside of him. Now that's a great job by Drew, coming from a long way to try to make an effect. But you cannot bounce. It cannot go out there. It just can't. When Ox got in Milton's basket, was it due to coverage or was Milton's eyes drifting? Woo! UK next OC. You gotta have to be more specific. When was that? Because I really haven't watched anything but the first half multiple times. Now, this is for me. I don't like the depth of Weaver. He's too far, in my opinion. He should be on that 0 or the 40. All right. And then he should never take his eyes off the quarterback. All right. Great thing about it, though, he runs through post squirrel. Look at that. Yow! So now, remember 2 years ago when I can't remember I think it was Dort. That's how you play this play. They're going to get yards. They're going to get yards, but just make them pay for it. And that is how you make that DB's going to stop. You keep doing that the whole game, he ain't going to want to block you. That's a good play right there. The first down play is what hurt us. So now this, again, I want you to watch. So they had the double team. See, just watch the blocking. Watch the blocking. They had the double team Deion. So now that's going to leave a linebacker unblocked, right? So now, every gap is filled in here. Trevin Wallace has to make this tackle, and the quarterback can't fall forward. Foul, right? He meets him at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward. Now, I know Trevin has a shoulder, but think about that. That should be stalemated because it's going to be one-on-ones because you got 5 guys in the box, and they got 5, they got 6, right? So now we got 6 on 7, all right? So it's going to be a one-on-one tackle. We got to win that one. And then they're off the field. But we lose it. It happens. Now, this is just bad on Weaver. I don't like the way we turn our back to the quarterback. I hate that. What's up, Jorge? Jorge's gonna come when things are bad. Oh, 37. Oh, UK. I will look at that tomorrow when I do the second half cut up. I don't like Weaver's back to the quarterback because right now he doesn't see the ball thrown and he can't react. Okay. I just highly despise that. All right, dude. The offensive line pass block very well. And then Tennessee loaded the box. I would agree with you. So now check this out. There's a problem here. All right? There's a problem. You got 2 guys, Siamese twins. That's not how defense works. Because Jorge am I lying, Jorge? Tell me I'm lying. See that? We got 2 guys outside. One of these guys is supposed to be right there. All right? The next thing is Deion is too fucking high on a double team. He gets pushed into Trevin. Now, why is Trevin so slow? Right? Because this ain't Trevin's gap. Why is Trevin not in here? Not saying he could have made the tackle, but he possibly could have slid in there. Or if he comes, then maybe that center has to block him, and then Deion's in a one-on-one. But these two guys here, one of them guys got to be right there. Sir, I've been waiting to talk to you because I noticed some patterns, but my defensive IQ is high. I said I don't understand the base, just don't trust my eyes. Well, you tell me. What do you see, UK? Ethan said, you think Jordan Love would have helped him run support? I don't know, Ethan. Last year I might have said something, but this year he hasn't played up to caliber. So I'm going to go to end zone cut. But here's the part I'm going to show here, and I show the end zone cut. This is the part that I despise. Is Deion walks. See that walk? And his teammates going to run by him. I hate that. All right. For safeties, you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side. You can't come square up and let him go either way. The best thing for you to do is pick a side and force him to a side. All right? And then hope that you can slow him down and the other people can come. So in this situation, this is where football IQ happens, is with them being displayed so far over here. This is what I'm talking about, where you got to think the game and before the game happens. You have to train your mind to react by going over and over and over when you're in practice or when you're in your dorm or you're in your room. So here's what I'm saying. And this is, look, I'm realizing that I might think too much, but this is what preparing yourself before the game helps. If the field is over here, I know I can't allow him to run this way because I don't have anybody over here that's going to come and help me. Okay? So, my best option is to take away this and force him back that way. So, in this situation, I'm coming for this foot, this shoulder, and I'm not going to let him go that way. See how he squared up? I'm going to be right here. Well, maybe not that far. A little bit in. And he's going to either have to run through me or he's going to have to go that way. But, again, you have to prepare yourself before the game with mental muscle memory and physical muscle memory. So then it becomes second nature. In this situation, you're asking a safety a lot. You're asking him a lot. No doubt about it. This is not easy. But it will make your job a little bit easier if you take a side away. See, when you hear, you allow him to go either way. And here's the deal. When you break down that far away, his angles are unlimited. Right? Think about this. When I say angles, his angles are unlimited. He can go here. He can go there. He can go there. He can go there. He can go there. Right? That's a lot of different options he has, right? The closer you get, if you're here, now I know that's close, but that's just for shits and giggles. If you're there, his angles are only there and there. See what I'm saying? So you got to close the gap first. Because when you're way back here, the options become unlimited. Right? So you can't break down that fast. You got to keep closing the gap. Closing the gap. Now it's just, see how his angle it's just hard. But that's a hard play for him. Not saying it's easy. See where I said you're right. JD, you're wrong. You're wrong, JD. You're right. But so JD, do you understand what I mean by safety magnet then? So you can see this here, right? They do a good job, the old pin and pull, and they caught D-Jack out his gap. They caught him out his gap. But honestly, I'm not sure if he's out of his gap because Deion needs to be right there. And Wallace needs to be pulling 76 off of Deion by coming here. Our eyes were not good. Why is, and Trevin has been shooting his shot a lot this year, and he's not. In this game, he's not attacking. Just, if Trevin right now, with this guy pulling and this guy coming downhill, if he attacks his A gap right now, that takes 76 off of Deion. Deion might be able to hold this spot a little bit further, and then with D-Jack squeezing, we might have a chance. But see, Deion is 4 yards off the ball. It creates a window. Now, you're going to see this better from this angle. See how he needs to keep coming this way and force him that way and hope that somebody can fold back in and make that tackle. Watch. See how he squares him up? He's got to take away this. He has to. He's got to come. I'm going to just say this. As Coach Smith, you tell us, you got to take your shot. Some people are afraid of missed tackles. You just got to come here a little bit more aggressive. And you got to chop your steps, shorten your stride, like I always say. But you got to come. You can't settle. He breaks down 7 yards away from the running back. That's just too far. He used to keep chopping his feet and coming forward. Still a hard tackle. Do I think Trevin was worried about the play action? No, I don't think so. Because if we worried about a play action, he would be backpedaling now. Like, you gotta, that ball is given right now. You gotta come. That's just my opinion, Clay. I could be wrong. And especially with the coverage. Here's the other thing. Maybe I can get a wise. Ooh. All right, Clay. This is why I say no. I forgot I got this thing where I can go like this. I'm like, all right. Here's why I say no, Clay. This is really why I say no. Is these two guys, if you know the coverage, are taken care of by those two guys. Watch. We're in man, right? You can tell we're in man, right? Same thing here. This guy and other guys taken care of by the DBs. There is no play action. Now, can you help? Sure. You got a single high safety over the top. There is no help. Was Trevin spying on the quarterback? I would say no. Right? This is why I keep harping on this. A defense becomes elite when everybody has an idea what everybody else is doing. Because then, as a player, I know where the problem spot is. See, that's why it's important for even the corners to know what these three guys are doing. It doesn't happen your first year because you gotta worry about your position and learn your shit first. But as you get comfortable learning your shit, you start branching off. You start branching to other positions. Because here's why. Me as a corner, now he's playing press, but let's say we playing zone. Me as a corner, know if we call a twist, there's certain things that could potentially happen to my side. If I know what the weakness is of the defense, maybe I can cover that a little bit more. Or at least I know where the problem spot is. So for this, if I'm Trevin Wallace and I have this back, if he's blitzing, because that's the only thing that happened, because we got the outside corner on the outside guy. If he's blitzing, we bring in 5, he has him. So there's no reason for him to not be coming to the line of scrimmage. But if you don't understand we're in man, then you won't get this. That's the advantage of understanding what everybody is doing outside of your responsibility and understand the strengths and the weakness. Knowledge is key, boys. I'm telling you, knowledge is so important. It makes the game. I'm gonna just say this. It makes the game fun too. Because you know what? I'm only speaking for myself. Because shit, I don't know what other. So for me, I play the game of how often can I call what he was going to run or what they were going to run by formation, by down and distance, by splits. Because I don't know what happens with us, but we got a sheet of breakdowns. And so that was what made football fun, because when I play, sometimes this position can get boring. The field corner, as we used to play field and boundary, because back in my day, they ran the ball and they usually ran the ball to the boundary. So there's a lot of plays where you didn't do shit. So it became boring. So that's how I made the game interesting. So now we're on the second series down 7-0. I don't think people really understand how well Liam calls games. Even when things go awry, it's not on him for me. It's on the players not executing. Tennessee, this front is a terror with pass rush. They got 1 sack this entire game. Hell, we got 2. If you would have told me we got more sacks than Tennessee, I would have probably said we win this game by a couple touchdowns. So Liam moves the pocket, runs a little rub route, and get Demi open. This is a good throw, right? And we get head of the chains. We get 4 yards, 2nd and 6. We're in good shape. Now we are committed to the run. We get some yards. Now we 3rd and 2. Now everybody is bitching about the 4th down play. This play sucks. Dude, it is 3rd and a long yard. This is 1.5 yards. Why are we trying to fucking run a sneak? I don't get it. This is the play that's the problem, not the next play. And I've been saying this for a long time. It's usually the play before the play that is more of an issue than the actual fucking play. Why are we don't have Will Levis at quarterback who can probably push the pile. Devin Leary isn't big enough. And even if it was Will, it's a full yard, man. And as I said on the cut up, this is on. Jorge, I'm going to hate on the sneak. This is why I'm going to hate on the sneak. So, Jorge, watch how fucking high Eli Cox is off the ball. You can't run a sneak with that, Jorge. You think we can get a yard when your center gets pushed back because he doesn't stay low? We ain't a sneak team. There are sneak teams and they're not. Kelce, people talk about that tush push. Know who fucking runs that show? Is Kelce. Because his ass is lower than the damn person that knows over top of him. Oh, no. Jorge, we wouldn't be a shotgun, but we can't run a quarterback sneak. I don't think this O-line can run a quarterback sneak from a yard away. Not when they are committing everybody in the gap. Well, Jorge, shit. I think he's in a 4-point stance. Right? Isn't that his offhand? That's his left hand. Right? Look, he's in a 4-point stance. Ball, hand. He just high. Look how high he is. Dude, you can't do that. He gets pushed back. So now, this is not on the O-line. I want to show you from this angle. This is on Ray Davis. All right. When you see an end zone cut, this blue shirts are at the first down. Well, JD, here, you know what? Since Jorge here. Oh, Jorge, he was terrible. Jorge, I got a question. Why, as a center, would I have that ball so far away? See, shouldn't it be right on? Because we're not snapping in a shotgun. And we're not trying to gain yards. Like, we're not trying to buy grass. Wouldn't you want everything to be? Plus, you should push the ball past the line of scrimmage. Isn't his body too far away from the ball? Or is that just me? Oh, so you saying I shouldn't? Okay. All right. That's fair. So, this play. Would you move the ball up in your body? I understand why you move the ball, because that gets but yeah, I don't know. These two guys are where the ball should be ran, right? I'm not right, I'm just telling you. They are at the first down right now. All right? I'm going to tell you why I'm showing this. Because look. Oops, I hit stop. Darn it. So, right now, those guys are past the first down. All right? Look at it. Cox and Dylan Ray are past the first down, right? All right, I'm showing you that for a reason. As I showed in the cut up. So, remember these two guys we saw past the first down marker. This is 4th and 1. You go down fucking hill. This is not a bounce, man. It's 4th-and-1 on our side of the field. Look at that. There's nothing but blue madness right there. Why the free release on DB12 here? Right there? Because that's his path. Right? There's nowhere else to go. But that's the fucking hole. It is a hole there. Dude, that is at least 1.5 yards. Why are we going out? It's fucking 4th-and-1. Dude, this is perfection. There is no white hat at all, white color that's showing in here. He could have even stuck that foot in the ground and went there. Why are we going outside? That is not, this is what I hate about it. Y'all, I'm not y'all and who's on this watching right now, but some of y'all fans complain about Stoops being conservative and not doing this and not doing that. Well, fuck. He went for it. He went for it. Some of y'all been banging. Why are we punting? He went for it. And his player let him down. Because that is a fucking first down. If you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. Dude. That big, look. This nose is destroyed. All right? They are playing like we do. They got a 0. He's 4-eye shadish. I wouldn't call him a 3. He's kind of 4-eye. Right? So as a running back, where's my hole? If I know the blocking assignment, which is boom, 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 he's going to climb to the linebacker if he can. The fucking hole is 4th-and-1. It's automatic right there. There's no other way. Where else can I go? Let me say this again. If I got kick out here, because he's going to take this one, we're going to take that. And if I can get a double here to there, where is the fucking hole? Now, as a running back, just for shits and giggles, if he went in here, right? And we can get here to here and he can come off. Now you might want to press here. But if your eyes is here and you see him go outside, it is right there. There's only one guy in the hole. If you trust your line, because this is an easy block. This is the most difficult. If he goes here, you replace him there. Damn. Dude, that's easy. That is so easy. That is easy peasy. Right there. He could have ran up Dylan Ray's back and pushed him forward. First down, Kentucky. So now, just watch the guy come off the slot receiver, though. You still might have half a chance. Well, I don't know, JD, because he blitzed. There's nothing you can really do about that. That's an extra guy. But he's blitzing from so far away, right? It's 4th-and-1. He is not, I'm surprised they blitzed him. right? He should not be involved in this play. He should. This play should be going that way. It ain't going this way. I honestly don't know why they even blitz him. He's too far away to be even in this. Be honest with you. Now, I guess what you could have done if you knew he was blitzing, call a damn check and hot route. That's on. If he's blitzing, that's the only thing you could do is replace him with the receiver and throw a hot route. Well, he's blitzing, right? In theory, you would like to start block him, but when he does that, you know what it's like, JD? If he was playing man to man, and you know what a receiver could do? Just go right there. And he can't touch him because he's off the ball. He's not doing nothing per se, but when he goes here, there's nothing he can do. He can't get in there and block him. Honestly, he is too far away. Be honest with you. It's 4th and 1. We should be going downhill. I mean, honestly, 12 didn't make the play. He was on the tackle, per se, but Barron made the play. He just was collateral damage. Because he doesn't. Let's say he wasn't there and he could have ran right there. 12 would have had no chance of getting to him. It would have been a first down. This is the great thing about this, though. We went for it, and they're on inside our 35, and they only got a field goal out of this. That's pretty impressive by defense. That's pretty impressive. Jorge, now you speaking like a skill position player. No, I understand you're a lineman. Jorge, we should have got a yard and a half minimum. We should have got a yard and a half minimum. Let's just go with that. We should have got down first down. I talked about this in the cut up. It's another situation of having two guys outside. You got to know where your leverage is. You have to know this. This is why it's important to know you have a good football IQ. All right. You know your fellow inside linebacker is a little bit further away than the nickelback. There's no reason to jump outside. You go up that inside shoulder and force him to go this way. You know why? Because from the top of the number to the sideline is 9 yards. He only has about, at this moment, probably about 13 yards of running room. I'd rather the 13 yards than the 40 yards that he has that way. If you don't understand what the football field width is 53 and 1/3 yards wide. So that's my math for the night. So D-Jack should go for that shoulder and force him to Phillips. But as a result, we get him and Phillips as Siamese twins. And now Trevin's got to run further. That's a long run for Trevin. Now Trevin's got to do a better job of breaking down. See how when Trevor crossed his feet right there? That's ball game. For you basketball people, that's ball game. You got to come, break down, shuffle. Now we got to make that tackle. It's interesting how that film went backwards. That play is from a long time ago. So, now, I want y'all to see this, right? We are stonewalling pretty well, right? Linebackers Got to do a better job. That's not bad. Good job by Drew Phillips. That's a long way for Drew Phillips to run. He gets in and get his nose dirty. Trevin Wallace is getting blocked too much. Now the D line's on one-on-ones. We got to win. So when we do it right, y'all, all it is a big ass ruck. It's a big scrum in here when you do it right. The thing about it, you gotta have contain. So then he has to go into this mess. If he's able to bounce it out, these guys are too far displaced to help. But Childress does a good job. He's a little too high. Creating the edge. He can't bounce it. And now we get him for a 1 yard gain. I think we're doing this on purpose with Ox, slow playing it. We got contained. We're in good shape. They shouldn't have got this much out of it. But they got 3. And we 3rd and 4, I think. And this is an obvious hole on Ox right there. But we got to do a better job of containing. And this is the stuff that starts to make me mad with a guy who should dominate. Watch this. Why does Dion do this? Just watch. Why? Why not try to cut him off? You don't know. You never know. We might get a hit. He might fumble. You might be able to recover. Don't fucking take the fucking cheap shot. Come on, man. You better than that. Run to the fucking ball. So we get Ox on a hold, and then we hold into a field goal. That's big, man. This is big. Great job by everybody. Rallying to the ball. Getting them down. I want to show this. I got to give this guy, Keaton Wade, some pub. I'm wondering, and I don't think you can do this because he's just not, he don't have enough lead in his backside. But does it behoove us on more 1st and 2nd down to put him over here and put a Fari on the other side and have JJ take a rest? Because Keaton Wade is showing up, man. All right, this is the pass play to Dingle. And this is me being just over the top, just borderline stupid. All right. The reason why I say this is really, in my opinion, not open. I know he throws it. Dude, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders and 1 lonely blue shirt. All right. Now, that's a completion. That's why he was in his zone. But let me show you something. I'm looking here. It doesn't look good. I'm finding my check downs. Look at that. All right. And I know. When you look at him, he's reading this way. I totally get it. That's why I said in a cut up, it's a great pass. Because you can see it from this angle. That's what he's reading. He's reading here. Don't know which player is reading, which defender. He might be reading an underneath defender. Don't know. But he throws that with confidence. All I'm saying is, I'm not sure that's open in my eyes. Check down. Great ass pass and catch though. Shit. That's me being nitpicky. But like I said, I think he's reading number 2. And number 2 doesn't backpedal. He thinks he can get over the top. But number 2 is in his sideline. That's a damn good throw, man. Damn good throw. This is what I like a lot this week is this. Getting the ball out your hand. Great. Just getting ahead of the chains. That's 2nd and 6. Run it, run it, run it. Good. Love it. Oh, we got a penalty. So I think it turned into like 2nd and 20 or 1st and 20 or whatever because we got back-to-back penalties. We got ourselves out of this hole. All right, y'all. This is supposed to be one of the best pass rushing team. This is the best that we have passed off stunts with a fucking blitz. They twist, man. And we pass this thing off. Jorge would love this. Look how, bam! Dude, we haven't done this all year, y'all. I'm telling you. We haven't done this all year. I love the hip here. Cox can take over. Dylan Ray says, okay, he's going outside. So Cox can handle him. Let me get my eyes back inside. And lo and behold, looks what happened. Bam! That is great work. And now you get Dingle time to find an open zone. You can see it better here. Look at it. Bam! I love this right here. That working together. This is not Hurricane judgment. This, in my opinion, is not as well. But that's pretty good because to me, Cox is about to fall. Right? We got lucky on that. That to me is not as well. I mean, they passed it off pretty good. But then we get it's a little much. Bam! Man, Dylan Ray just, dude, this to that you cannot do that better. This side got the job done. Burton got ran over. Flax is tripping. Eli Cox helps. But that to that is chef kiss. Bam! Now, Devin has the window. Good route. Awesome. That's when the passing game is starting to click now. These guys up here, man, I knew they were good, but watch this guy aggressiveness off the ball. Bam! Look at the push. He caused that play. He's not going to get the tackle, but he caused that dysfunction. And they just run into the ball. They are straining to the utmost. But hold on. I think I wanted to show this. But I also want to show they got 7 men in the box. Right? They got 7 men in the box. The penetration is what I know, Jorge. That was hot garbage. Good pitch and catch. I think they were offsides on this play. So we got a free down. Bro, this is what's so bothersome. Is Devin was seeing everything to perfection. I don't know if you guys remember. Last week, we were going this way, and Missouri brought a blitz, and we ran I think we ran a 9. It was trips with a snag and an out. and that guy came and he could have thrown this potential to that out route. Watch this. Linebacker blitz. He's going to throw it right where he left, right? Because they got trips. You putting this guy under stress. Once he went out, this guy vacated his zone. And this was just catch, step, throw. God, dude, that's beauty right there. See? He blitzed. And watch the O-line pass this off again. Look at that. Burton's got to sit down. Ooh. You can't get bagged up like that, Burton. But, dude, that is passing that off perfect. Look at Cox. Nope. Getting him some. Watch. Eli Cox does a good job. And now we're just going to pass. See, this guy would have that zone when he comes. That's the void. It is wide open. Great job, man. That's good work there, man. That's good work. That's how offenses should operate. Now, this one bothers me. All right. Here's why. It's not there. It's just not. You can see as a quarterback right now, that's not there. Okay? So what do I go now? I go to my second read, which is probably this one. All right. Then I see this linebacker. It ain't there, right? 1, 2, it ain't there. Bruh. Ain't nobody open. He's not open. Dane's not open. Bruh. Look at it. And I've seen him do it. Look here, it ain't there. Saw him earlier this year. I'm like, man, the great thing about it, he processes. Look there, it ain't there. It's time to fucking check it down. He checks it down. I think we get a touchdown out of this. That's not the throw, man. That's not the throw. So this one hurts me too. Okay. All right. So Ray Davis. Where do you think he could go? He looks over here. There's nobody over there. That's the only guy he has to beat. Watch. What makes him cut all the way back? What makes him cut there? Dude, block. All you got is you and this guy and maybe the safety. Look at it. Cat is his ceiling. Cox is holding the fort. Think that is Dingle. Dude, this guy can't tackle you. I've seen your wiggle. He is X'd out. The only guy that will probably hit you is that guy. Watch it. Why not go here? You like the bounce anyway. Why not go here? Somebody tell me, am I crazy? Am I smoking that good? Someone comment on that, because I want to see, am I just seeing something wrong? Because the weird thing is, he looks over here. That's the part that got me with this run. Is you can see his face mask and the UK logo. He's looking that way. Why he goes that way? Ain't nobody over here. Because as a running back, one guy ain't going to tackle you. I guess ain't nobody going to say nothing. Shit. I think this is a touchdown. All right. Here's the deal. And it's easy for me to say shit because I'm not playing. I'm not under the gun. I'm not under stress of a game. I also don't have 300-pound guys who trying to take my head off. I get it. But if you know he's going to run that corner off, all right? This play is in here for a reason. All right. So now you playing high-low action on a linebacker. All right. Right now, you see corners playing man. Now I got high-low, right? This guy is a linebacker. He's not used to being in coverage. There's no pressure forcing you to throw it quickly, right? Why not throw it about right there, put some touch on it, and see if he can make that. You threw the ball up to fucking Dane Key in the same fucking drive. Why not throw it up to him with a fucking linebacker on him? I'm confused, perplexed. Throw that ball right there. Right there. Put some touch on it. See what happens. The reason why I say that, if this was a typical check down Charlie, I'd be like, that's. But you just threw one up to Dane Key in the back of the end zone on first down. Why not throw it up again on third down with a linebacker on a running back? That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong. Could be asking too much. I'm not gonna say anything about it. That's just, to me, the pass coverage was not good. Here's what I hate. When you play like this, how are you gonna look for the ball? Just imagine if you already was turned, because you're in perfect shape, had this hip on that hip and your head already turned. This is a pick, man. Watch where the ball lands. If you are, stop fucking hand fighting. All right, Jorge. Stop all this bullshit there. I retweeted something. I don't know how easy it is to find my retweet. That was a retweet I did on DBs. A guy who I follow. He showed perfect technique by a Penn State defensive back. He turned this way, had his hip to hip, and he got a pick because he turned his head around this way instead of looking that way. I know it's late, y'all. I know. See, like here, man. The integrity needs to be better. Why? If we have contain, come out here and contain. We are unsure of what we see. How now we looking and we peeking. No, come up here, take your contain, and we get caught fucking inside. That's horrible. All right, so that's bad. And now we got Andrew Phillips, who is doing a good job trying to close the gap, but he's just too high. You don't want him to go outside. You got to trust your teammates, man. It's hard to make one-on-one tackles in this league. And when you're giving them two-way goals, it's even harder. Making tackles in this league, man, is extremely difficult. Just like here again. Linebackers. What gaps do we have? We got every gap filled, and D-Jack is running around instead of coming and fill that hole. I'm pretty sure that's Geiger. He comes and he whiffs. That's a bad whiff. Right? I know he's coming back from the elbow, and that hurts. I get it. That's a bad whiff. I think that's why Ty Bryant played more. I don't think Geiger was quite ready to come back. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. What do we have? See, this is unsure. Yeah, Ty played well. Unsure. Do you have contain? If you have contain, get your ass to contain. We are unsure. We're going this way, we're going that way. We're going this way, we're going that way. Do your job, go to your job, and handle business. And then D-Jack is like, what? That's horrible, man. This is just us, man. Missing tackles, looking up in the head high, trying to peek over instead of going to your gap, man. See, this is to me what is so difficult to watch is because when they are spreading you out so much, they don't run many crossing routes. Do they run them? Yes. But use their routes to the sideline. Get your ass downhill. Oh, man. I don't want to harp on this too long, y'all, because we in 2 hours in, and I know it's late. Why number 17 not getting more snaps? Hey, yo! I wish I can give you an answer. I wish I can give you an answer, but I can't. Good job, D-Jack. That's a way. See, this is, if you're going to make a mistake full speed. Now, this is what I don't like. This is, we are trying to scheme something. We are changing responsibilities and allowing D-Jack to spill it to Trevin Wallace. See how they loop around? And Trevin does a good job and we're in good shape. I don't like to have to scheme because then that can get you in trouble. Now, this is a pressure. Someone asked about pressure. This is a 4-man pressure. We get pressure. That's pretty good pressure. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I've been holding off on this all year. I can't no more. This guy can't play no more. At this point, Jordan Robinson just ain't getting the job done. That ain't going to cut it. Ball is thrown. You still backpedaling. That means you're not looking at the quarterback. You don't start coming downhill until the ball is almost caught. Not going to get it done. Like I said in the cut up, Keaton Wade has proved me wrong. The kid is balling, man. He's balling. That is a great play, effort play, athletic play by him. I've been fucking asking for this all year. Contested catches. If we've been making contested catches all year, Devin Leary will be completing over 65% of his passes. Easily. Great pitching catch. Now we come back next play with a little tempo. Bam. Passing game was operating at a high level. Late thought, Wallace might be coming back next year after all. There's a high likelihood. However, Lake Dog, one thing he will be able to do is test well. So I'm not sure that's a foregone conclusion, but get a pitch outside. You can't run outside on these guys. They're just too fast. I think this is 3rd and 9. This is this is not the. So like this one, there's nobody open. Like we're not winning enough one-on-one battles. Like there's nobody open. I think I got an end zone cut of this one. Look, watch. Nobody open. Who's open? Is there anybody open? No. We need to create some separation. This is a 3rd and 9. That is fucking great. That ball is in the air right here, right? It's about almost on about the 34-yard line. Dane Key is just starting. You can tell by his foot. He's just starting to turn around right there. That ball is 10 yards out of Devin Leary's hand. That's a fucking dot, dude. Damn. That's a good ass throw. I want you to see it from this angle. Ball's in the air. Right? He still is at the top of his route. He just turned right there. That ball bent out his hand. Dude, that's timing. He cannot get there. When you time it like that and throw it perfectly, it's done. He could have ran for 15 yards at who, Cobby? Devin? Great ass throw. Now, the Wildcat worked just then, right? I know people, sometimes y'all say some stuff. Dot. Oh, that's a great play. Another contested catch by Baron Brown. So here's the thing. This is what's so bothersome. He can catch the ball, man. Oh, yeah. He could have ran. Dot. This play is so hard because, like I said, they are playing man here and playing in and out with these two guys. The problem is with the kind of route. They both go vertical for 5 yards. So now it's difficult to identify who gets first in, who gets first out, because they both vertical. All right. So now this guy is in a bind because he's pressing at him. You can see Tay is going at him. See how he's looking at him? So now it's difficult. Now he's got to look through him to him. And when he sees Baron Brown come outside, it's a little too late. Now he's got leverage on him. Now it all depends on a great throw and great catch. Perfection. Man, the passing game was on fire. Do your job. Do your job. Who has quarterback? You do. Don't get caught trying to do too much when you got enough players over there. And now it's ball game. Now we got to make a tackle, Childress. See, when you get up the field too much, this is what I want. This is something I want people to understand on all levels. When Silver gets up the field too fast, see how it opens up potentially that running lane? See that? When he gets up the field too much, it creates a void when everybody else is on the line of scrimmage. He needs to be here. Now he bounced. Who has contained? Who has contained? If we are running this where he's going to spill it and you go outside, Trevin, you got to get fucking outside. You got to trust. See, here's the deal. This is the hardest thing to do in football. The hardest thing. See, what Trevin sees, he sees this alley right there, right? But that's not your job, Trevin. Your job is to help out D-Jack when he spills it to you. We got Ty Bryan coming in here, and if Silver would have been his job, he would have been there. You can't do the other person's job. You got to do your job. You got contained. And so here's the deal. We all say this bullshit about is Brad White. Brad White tried to scheme something. I don't know if you remember a play ago where D-Jack came inside and made a TFL. And if you remember, Trevin was coming outside. They're running the same fucking scheme. Brad White is trying to scheme you into a damn tackle. And you don't do your fucking job. So now, is that on Brad White or is it on the execution of these two guys? It's him. Am I 100% sure? No. But I'm about 95% sure because I just saw a play when D-Jack wrong shoulders that, which means he's, instead of taking on with that right shoulder, he's going to take it on with his left. And I know he's doing it on purpose because watch. He turns his body. He takes on two guys. Trevin's supposed to be right fucking there. I swear. Oh. Do your job. We're too high. Silver's too high. Dion is what is again? Do your job, Dion. I think it's here. Do your job, Dion. This is Dion. All right. Dion is trying to make the tackle by himself. He's in the right gap right now. But then watch his helmet. He goes to the other side. Guess where the ball goes? Where he's supposed to be. See, because Trevin is coming around here. He's contained. You need to be in that hole. D-Jack needs to be coming. That's what this is on us, man. Do your job, man. Do your job. Life is so much easier when you do your job. Dude, this is ugly. This is ugly. That's their only passing touchdown. Okay. Two things. All right. First of all, you in no man's land. All right. You are about 2.5 yards off. All right. If you're going to soft pedal, you need to be 1.5 yards from the receiver. All right. So you need to be closer. Reason why you're closer, so then you can punch him with that left hand if you need be. See, he played regular old school press man with no soft pedal from 3 yards. So that gives him an advantage. All right. and he opens the gate, and this guy doesn't run a great route. He doesn't pressure inside. So all you got to do is shuffle. Not yet. You can't shuffle yet. Shuffle instead of opening the gate, because now you're just saying, go on down the sideline when you open the gate. See that opening the gate? If he would have been patient and shuffle, he could have jammed and then turned and ran. He would have had a shot. So he doesn't move. He stays in place. The guy closes his gap, and then he opens the gate, and now it's ball game. He's not close enough to him. You need to punch him. You grab him. All right? So 10 yards by, he's even, he's leaving. Ball game. Dude, he is open now. Fuck. That's embarrassing. Is move and walk around so much causing? No, Cobb, that's not it. That's just Deion. Deion is so gifted that he's been able to get away with that a lot. Whole shot. We dropped this last week and we catch it. Now my thing is, why can't we catch it and keep going? Ugh. That's a touchdown. Because there's nobody else back there. This is the last guy left. We can catch that thing. Right? I like the commitment to the run game. This is huge. I know it doesn't seem like it, but being committed to the run is everything. For sure, JD. He was definitely cognizant of catching that ball. Again, the O-line, this is the first time in a long time that the O-line picked up everything. Dude, he just swallowed up this linebacker blitzing, right? Dylan Ray did a great job of helping with Cox, then bam, pause. That is great where everybody. That gives Devin enough time. Dime. I think this is third down. Look at it. The way these guys in this week, they had to do a lot of drills on this. The way that they are hip to hip, this side was immaculate. Cox and Dylan Ray. Hip to hip, right? Helping each other out. Dude, they just caved that in with the best pass rushing team in the conference. Man, hold on, let me see. Fucking Tennessee playing this soft ass coverage. Look at that soft ass coverage. Shit. Brad White must be coaching them. Soft ass coverage, giving up yards, giving up grass. Shit. How can another team give up grass? That sucks. Commitment to the run. You gotta stay committed to the run. Even if you're not eating plentiful, know what happens? With your commitment, when you do this, it sucks everybody in. Because you haven't given up on it. A lot of people say you got to be successful. Success is good, but you also have to be committed and keep running. So now they think you're going to run, and then you pull off the old boot. Good job, Caddis. This is probably one of the smartest plays in the game because most receivers would fucking try to force feed this. Tavion didn't even look that long. He's like, nope, it's not there. Let me get some out of it. That is brilliant. That's brilliant. There's nobody open. Honestly, the damn routes are piss poor. No one. Good job, Tay. That's smart. That's high IQ right there. Commitment to the run game. Good blocking on here. Now we get a first down. All right. Now, Liam is going to get in his bag, scheme a little jet motion, hand it off. Great blocking by the two tight ends, and we got a tutty. These two guys made that play. Great call by Cohen. Good reach by Caddis. Good block by Dingle. Good seal. Even though the DBs complained about a hole, that's not a hole, right? It's borderline. Good. We almost done, y'all. I'm going to run this through. Good. Got to make that tackle in the hole. Third down. Now, this is some bullshit. All right? Because first of all, that's a hole. That's a hole. All right? See that? That's a hole. First of all, that's a hole. All right? We in good coverage. Third of all, that is a BS fucking catch. That is not. How do you deem that a catch? It just touched his hands. It touched his hands. See, how can you not tell when it touched his hands? That foot is off the ground. And it just touched his hands right there. It's off the ground. How do you miss that? Second of all, then the ball turns. The ball turns. That's not clean possession. Bullshit. Now, I'm going to say, got to keep him in bounds, but that's good. We're in good shape. Now, Raynor's got to do a better job. See, this is, again, knowing football, right? Play in here a little more. You got a guy outside of you. See, this is when you try to do too much by yourself. You know you got a guy outside of you. Force him that way. You're going to take this away. It's way to rally, make a tackle, get him down. Good. Now, this one bothers me. This is why. I don't understand why he's so aggressive with trying to get a jam. I really don't. Yeah, those 3 points are huge, man. JD. I don't understand why he's going after him so hard. Okay? And we only rushing 4, and we get good pressure, make them step up. Look at that. Good pressure. All right? Make them scramble. This one hurts more than the third down play. I know that gave him a first down. But if we play that better, they're not in field goal range. Why are we overcommitted there? No need to overcommit there. All right? So now once you overcommit, he starts scrambling. You need to lock on. Oh, my God. That hurts. That one hurts more. That was a big play. I think that's it, right? Because then the next play is a field goal. All right, y'all. That was long and arduous. I'm not happy about it. It sucks that we didn't minimize that end of half situation. We got to do better, man. And the part about it, why I can still hold a little optimism about this, is that it's week 8 and we still haven't played a complete game. That is bad to be week 8 and not play a complete game, but we are in week 8, we still haven't played a complete game. I honestly think we should go 3-1. There's a possibility of going 4-0. If the offense keeps clicking like this, I feel comfortable with this defense being able to come back next week and play a damn good game, leading us to Alabama. And I think if the offense is clicking, we can play a damn good game against Alabama. So I'm not letting go of the rope. The rope is tearing the inside of my hand up, but I'm not letting go. Because there is still a chance at 9-3. Like I said, in 1996, we were 1-6. No one would have given us a chance of winning 3 games in a row. Somehow we did. I feel like this team is on the verge. It's too late. I still feel like we are on the verge of having a breakout. In 2021, it happened about week 6, week 7. In 2023, it might happen week 9. We saw a little bit of glimpse of it in Missouri. We saw a bigger glimpse against Tennessee. I think we get even more of a glimpse against Mississippi State. And we need to play the game of our lives against Alabama. And I feel like if we do that, we're in good shape. Because you know what Van Gaal said, talking in third person, was I said on the locker, and I said it somewhere else. Everybody's worried about the South Carolina game. If South Carolina isn't playing well by the time that we play them, that game isn't the same. And South Carolina is in trouble. They not going to a bowl game. They're not. So, keep the faith. I know it's hard, but that's why faith is hard. Because you got to believe in something that you can't touch, feel, or see. I have faith. And even though we should have won at least one of these last 2 games, we lost 2. And the same thing happened in 2021. We lost 3 games in a row. It's time to get the ball rolling. And it's there, y'all. It's there. Lake Dog, I'm giving you the middle finger for pulling that shit up. Right now, after I was giving a Newt Rockley speech, and you fucking come with that bullshit stack, Lake Dog. I am not uploading the first half cut-ups because you just posted that shit, Lake Dog. I'm not happy with you. You're going to have to wait until next week, Lake Dog. Why, Lake Dog? Why? Why you had to bring that shit up right now? I am disappointed, Lake Dog. I am highly disappointed. All right, y'all. It's been a long day. Shit, it's midnight in Central Time. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Hope y'all have a good night, good morning. Oh, so Lake Dog, you ain't gonna say nothing else? I appreciate you, Steven, JD, and Cobby saying thanks and see you tomorrow. Lake Dog is mad. Lake Dog has his tail between his legs. Woo. All right, y'all. I, I appreciate I appreciate y'all tuning in for this 2.5 hour marathon. Y'all faithful, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate all y'all, really. It makes this fun. The interaction is always great. So y'all get some sleep, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.